button is locked. Can I really not do that in live? I guess you can't. Go sideways. Gotta go long ways. All right. Just getting set up. I see 2 people are here. That is so kind. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I've never done live before. Everybody can hear me. I've never done live before. Weird, okay. Can watch myself on here. Interesting. Okay. I have my comments up. Let's see. Live chat open. Okay, this is gonna be a learning experience. Okay, I'm just gonna get started. Well, why am I doing a live video? I am doing a live video because I have filmed probably 4 to 5 videos in 2023 that I have unfortunately not been able to get up. Between technical issues, my phone not being able to connect to my computer anymore because it's too old, I don't really know. Just seems to be like lots of issues and it's really unfortunate. But I was itching to get on here and just put out a video. So we're gonna go live and I'm hoping that this all works out and I can post it later and you guys can watch it. So hopefully that works. I'm just gonna go right into the good stuff, and if you have questions about my personal life, you can put them in the comments and I can answer them. I'm sure you don't, but I won't talk about that right now. Okay, first I'm gonna talk about my FFOs for 2023. I have a few just because it's been so long, but I will start with my most recent, which is this little guy. This is probably my first, no, this isn't my first pillow finish, but it's probably one of my better ones, to be honest. I did the middle seam. I think I learned this from Lori Holt, but I know a lot of people do it. So just a cutie little thing. I just did like this fancy stitching here from my sewing machine. Just got a new sewing machine for Christmas, so I was all about trying to do some finishes with my sewing machine. And this pattern is a recent thrift store find, Heart and Hand January, and it's part of the Wool Whimsy collection. So I don't really need to show it to you because it's right here, but I took some liberties. It did come with the wool and the button, which I was really shocked at because most of the time when you get thrift store finds, they're just passing on the pattern, which is wonderful. But this had everything. But in the time that I bought it, got it home, opened it, they went missing. So I had to replace the felt and the button. But honestly, I don't mind. And it was my first time using Weeks Dye Works. It came with all the Weeks Dye Works that I needed, and I'm actually left with one little, it wasn't actually for this pattern, but it's called Juniper by Weeks Dye Works. So they must have had, oh wait. Oh, it is. It's down at the bottom. Blanket stitch, 1 strand of juniper to the wool. So that's what I was supposed to use that for. But anyways, can't say I like could tell a difference between like Weeks Dye Works and not Weeks Dye Works, but it was fun to like get them for free. My next finish is inspired by Liz Matthews, and I think Elizabeth Ann Constitch's mom, and there's a few people that were working on these, and I had gotten them for Christmas last year from my mother-in-law, and I was just like, I gotta finish it. So I just did, you probably can't even tell, it's like a sparkly, It just kind of looked like snow to me. But I did not trim it out yet. I am still planning on doing that. I just, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I did not like the gold that came with it. And if you saw Hello from Liz Matthews video where she had finished this, she did kind of like a, I don't know, it was a really, really fun, almost looked like grass. I don't even know how to describe it, but it looked really cool. So I'm open to looking for new things to finish it with versus what they gave me. Because they just gave me this gold that you use for the top. You also then make a larger cord to put around the side, and it just wasn't me. So that's that. In my last video, I showed this as a finish, and now I have fully finished it. So this is, oh, and you know what? Hold on. This, this is, let me show you the pattern in case you're interested. I'm getting better at this floss tube thing. Gotta show the pattern, you gotta show the, so this is a Dimensions Gold kit. I obviously did the blue house. Liz Matthews did the Christmas tree farm, which is the one I wanna do next. And I might be starting that for my 12 by 12, we'll see. So yes, that was that. Okay, back to this one. This is, a Pinker and Pumpkin design, and I just loved it. I am realizing that I really, 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 really love patriotic stitches. Just got some star fabric, kind of looked very patriotic, and I put this on. This looks real, but it's fake. I sewed the cording into the pillow, and then I just glued on the buttons to kind of cover that seam on the back. So it looks like super professional, like I put buttons on, but I didn't. So there's that. And then another Pinker and Pumpkin. This is called, I think it's called Honey Jar. Yes, it is called Honey Jar. It is on 14 count toasted coconut from Forbidden Fibers. One of you lovely subscribers got this for me, and I'm obsessed with this fabric. I don't know if it's all Forbidden Fibers, but it's fantastic. And it might not be 14 count. Now that I'm looking at it, it might be more of like a 16 or an 18. What do you think? I'm not sure, but it is soft as butter. So if you guys know if all Forbidden Fiber fabrics are like this, or if it's just this one, I don't know, but this is amazing. So this is part of her Mason Jar series. She's got so many, they're just wonderful. I had to stitch the hive has 2 different colors because I ran out of one color, and then obviously the dye lot changed, and it was the exact same number, but you can kind of tell that this part is darker, but I'm okay with it. And then I found this really cute bee fabric from Joann's, and this yarn that looks just like chenille. Maybe this is chenille, I don't know, but it is literally yarn that I sewed on using the Lindy Stitches tutorial. So that is that. And now we're gonna do some of my flat folds. These are all Pinker and Pumpkin. This is my, oh wait, actually, ta-da! If you remember this is my design from Christmas last year. I finished it. It had like, it needed such tiny, tiny details to be finished. Like basically the back stitching and like the candy canes or something. It was really dumb that I didn't finish it. But I finished it, and then I just put it on a flat lay. It's not even, this is a beer cardboard. So it's not even like beautifully done, but I just liked it and I put it out. I tried everything to get this crease out, and I could not get it out. I don't know what happened, but couldn't get it out. But I still love it. So that's my own design, and I think if you go 2 or 3 videos back, you'll find it, and there's a link that you can stitch it. Totally free. Just a fun little, I think it's called Small Christmas Town USA. But I was watching a lot of Hallmark movies, as I do every Christmas season, and I was inspired. So there's that. And then these are my calendar flat folds. So I didn't even show any of these in progress because, yeah, it was during my time away. But this is, hold on, I have all of these written down. This one is Susan's Summer Salt Box by Pinker and Punkin. It's on 30 count Lugana, and it is stitched, I believe, yeah, 2 over 2. I didn't really even need to look at that, but 2 over 2. I changed the chart slightly. So this is the original chart here, plus there's something else down below. I took off what was down below and I added August and a little sunflower. And I want to stitch all of her salt box houses. And I just kind of look at them and decide which month goes with the salt box house. She has far more than 12. I think the other day I counted like 20 salt box houses, and they go through all the months. So I kind of screenshotted all her patterns and just kind of went down the line and was like, that looks like January, that looks like February, and so that's kind of what I'm doing. And so I'm using this as kind of a calendar. So this one is Susan's Salt Box, stitched on the exact same fabric, exact same way, is the Old Crow Salt Box. Same fabric, same everything. I don't love how I finished this. I love the finishing. I don't love the quality. So I'm going to, in the new year, take this apart. These are just kind of glued together. I think I could get them off and size them down to kind of match a little bit better. And I'm going to do that to the next one. You'll see in a minute what I mean. But again, I just charted September, and I filmed this video already and didn't get it up. But in that video, I realized that I forgot I was going to put a little crow here, and I forgot. But that's okay. It's homemade. And then October, which is my absolute favorite one. How cute is this? This is exactly as charted. Again, I just added October and I added another little ghost because so cute. And you can't even see the flat lay. So I did these all very differently at all different times, and I shouldn't have. I should have, you know, done them all the same way, and I don't know why. This is on 14 count Aida that I hand dyed myself using Pearl Gray, and Pearl Gray Rit dye. And the way that I dye my fabrics, I literally just take my fabric, I squish it up into a ball, and I rubber band it like crazy, like I'm gonna tie dye, but not in any type of a pattern of any kind. I just literally squish it up, put rubber bands all over it, throw it in my dye, leave it in there for 20 minutes, and my dye is diluted with water, hot water. Take it out, throw it in the washing machine, and that's it. I like don't do anything hardcore about it, but absolutely love this so much. Okay, so those are my finishes. Not very many because I feel like I have accumulated lots of WIPs. So next, let me go over, let's do my Christmas presents because some of them will come into play. I got a subscription to Crossstitch magazine, which if you live in America, this is printed in the UK. When you go to buy one of these at Joann's, I bought this one at Joann's, or my mother-in-law bought this at Joann's for me, for my subscription that doesn't start until January. She said it was $20, $18.99 for this. And you know, they always come with a kit of some kind. So this one came with this 3D gingerbread house with all the stuff. So kind of expensive for a magazine. If you look at it, like how many patterns are in here and you get a full kit, you can probably justify it. But the subscription, if you break down the subscription, it's actually more affordable than you think. It's $100, but you get 13 issues, and every issue comes with a kit, as far as I'm aware. And there are some fantastic stuff in here. Like, in even just this one, I could stitch every 12 by 12. I could find 12 things to stitch in here for sure. I'll just show you a few of my favorites. Look at these. Oh, Marion Bright and Noel. I love the colors. And then there was this giant, this is a stitch along, so this is part 1. It's like a London town. It very much reminds me of like the Dimensions kits that Liz Matthews is buying up right now, the cozy London towns. Let me see if it shows you what the whole thing is going to be. Yes, so the whole thing will be this, if you can see that. So it's going to be huge. So yeah, lots of cute stuff in there. And then I got some, that's my only like cross stitch Christmas present, other than I got some needles from my mom, and oh, I got this from my mother-in-law. This is the Scarlet House Autumn Alphabet. And I know I've seen somebody stitch this. I cannot remember who it was. Maybe Elizabeth Ann can stitch. I'm not positive, but I'm really excited to have like a new to me legit pattern that I didn't get from the thrift store. It's quite exciting. Okay, and then the rest of these are thrift store finds. So real quick, this brand new, fully kitted little sloth thing, which is not necessarily my style, but my Aunt Regina is obsessed with sloths. So I will be making that for her. Another full kit, which I don't stumble upon kits very often. Normally I stumble upon just the pattern. The kit has already been used and they pass on the pattern, which again is wonderful. But this is a little fisherman and I love it. And actually, yeah. Anyways, my husband's a big fisherman, so I thought that would be cute. And then I do not know how to pronounce this person's name. Marilyn. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try. Anyways, I found this and it is beautiful. There's actually one other thing that I found at the thrift store, but I will show you in my 12 by 12, which is coming up next. So, yeah, they are just the most beautiful patterns. Let me see if I can zoom in on any of these. What I love is you can stitch this whole thing like this. This is the full pattern, or they show you how to like split it up into the different little like motifs. I love the butterfly one. All of them really. I mean, they're just wonderful and just absolutely beautiful. And they very much remind me of, not quite the French, let's see. I didn't read much about this lady, but it gives me like the French cross stitch vibes, which I am really digging lately. Okay, now let's just do 12 by 12 because I'm team half and half, so I'm going to be doing whips and new starts. So I'm sure everybody here knows what NYE 12 by 12 is, but if you don't, it is a fun little online community situation happening tomorrow, New Year's Eve, starting at noon. And it's started by Kelleezielke Quilting, I believe is her name, her handle. And you can, every hour from noon till midnight, you either you start a new project or you stitch on your WIPs. But every hour you change projects. So, so yeah, there's team, I don't know what the other team is called, but I'm team half and half. So I'm doing, I think team new start and then team half and half. So I'm team half and half. I'm doing, I don't know if it's exactly 6 and 6, but I'm doing WIPs and starts. So, okay, first one is from my magazine. This is technically a WIP, but I started this like 2 days ago, so I'm gonna call it a new start because I can. Okay, let me see if I can try and show you this without showing you the pattern or the chart, I mean. Okay, I think this is the best way to show you. So this is a little advent calendar. I am not stitching the advent calendar. I am only stitching these tiny little motifs that I think you're supposed to, like, I don't know, put them on there somehow in some way. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it shows them like being safety pinned on there. So anyways, there are quite a few of them. And so every day I have my daughter, who is 2 now, pick out a different motif. They're all in one pattern, and I just say, okay, what's Mama gonna stitch this morning? And I do this every morning. So this is my morning stitch. And this is where I'm at. So I think you can see that pretty good. So we have like the bell, the Christmas tree, the hot chocolate, some type of a candy, an ornament, Christmas wreath, and then what I'm working on right now is a little bird. I did not finish my morning stitch. Let's see if I can show you the bird. She was very excited to pick this. It's really funny to watch her because she's like, oh, I'm gonna. So this is the bird. So that is my morning stitch, and that will be one of the hours of my 12 by 12. I'm running out of space here. Okay. Then, let's see. I'm gonna do my WIPs before I do my new starts. So, again, this is technically a WIP. I'm calling it a new start. This is, I do not have the artwork for this because I just printed it off. It's PDF. Hands-on, is this hands-on design? Yes, hands-on design, First Frost. And here is where I'm at. This is quite different from the pattern. I wish I could show you in some way, but I don't print off the colored pieces because I like to save ink. But it's definitely on a white fabric. Let me see if I can put something behind this. But I really like how it's turning out. So there's 2 patterns within the 2 different patterns within the full chart, and this one is called First Frost Deer, and then the other one is called First Frost Row. And so I want to do both of them. So I'm kind of labeling this as one stitch, but it is technically 2 different patterns. And this is in a project bag that I have made, and I'm pretty sure shown. This other one is also in a project bag that I made that I did not show. This is kind of like my summertime one. It's got berries and all the good stuff. I've been really enjoying making project bags. Okay. Next, we have, oh, this is an oldie. Some of these, I went through all my WIPs, and the ones that I felt like I wanted to do, I added them to my 12 by 12, and those that I didn't are getting FFO'd, or UFO'd. And some of these, I'm like, do I still love them? And I thought this would be a great opportunity to find out. So this is the Lizzie Kate A Good Night. A lot of you guys were helping me on this because, again, I used a piece of fabric that was too small for my stitch. So I will be able to fit Santa on just, but the words will not fit on either side of him. So I think it was Paper Crane Stitchery. She messaged me on Instagram a while back and said, I bet you could fit some of them up top. So I think I'm going to try and chart to put them on top if, when I start stitching on this New Year's Eve, I like it. And if I do like it, then I will continue. Okay. So that's that one. Here is another one that we're just going to see if Kelsey still likes it. It is. I do not have the chart for this. This is a World of Cross Stitch magazine piece. It's called Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit in the Garden, I think. So just got a measly start. It's barely, his head is barely even done. I would still like to finish this. I think it would be really sweet. Why I haven't picked it up though, I don't know. Who knows why we do these things. So we will see again during New Year's if this stays a WIP. This is a start that, again, I only printed. This is a PDF I got off of Etsy from, I think this is from Crossstitch Mini. It's called Baby Number 3. And this came with, oh, I don't even know, 7 or 8 different patterns. Where did my little dimensions thing go? I'll just do this. So this is what it looks like. That's a really good representation of color. And I'm stitching this on, this is 25 count. Wait, is it that small? No, this is an 18 count, and I'm doing 2/1. But I love those colors, and I think they're going to be really sweet in my daughter's room. My daughter's name is Olive, and so I love that it's got that like olive green. Oh, you know what? My library card, Baby Number 3 from Crossstitch Mini, 20 count white Ada. 2/1. I started this July 10th. I have these library cards, as most of us do. I made them myself. If any of you are interested in these, I can just post a link to my PDF that I made, and you can print them out for free if you are interested in that. I know when I was wanting to do them, I was looking around to try and find some, and this kind of just fit me best. It's got the name, fabric, and count, the designer, size, start date, finish date, and then any of your notes. So this is what works pretty well for me. Okay, and now the rest are new starts. So where are my new starts? Okay. These two I still need to kit up, but this is another thrift store find called WIP Parade by Heart and Hand. I'm doing a lot of Heart and Hand stuff. And it's called, oh, It's called WIP Posies. I think WE1 is probably the series that it's a part of. I'm not sure. But pocket full of posies. This is going to be another one of my 12 by 12. Just got to get it kitted up today. Another thrift store find. This was a really awesome find. I was very excited to get this. Again, this makes me feel like the French cross-stitching vibe. I don't know why. Let me see if I can show you some. So it's got the patterns for these, but then it also has these borders. So it comes with a bunch of these that you can cut out, and it fits your project like perfectly within this, you know, and showing some border, which I just think makes them finish really nicely. So it comes with a lot of these. And here's the, I thought it came with a red one too. Yeah. And the wording on the back is German, which I am German. My mother-in-law is German. My father-in-law is German. My parents are German. So kind of loved the egg one for my mom. She's really into birds. And the apple one for my mother-in-law because she has an apple kitchen. And then I will have to see if I can figure out the translation on the back. I'm actually surprised it doesn't. This is Leisure Arts too, by the way. Nature Collection. But anyways, so yeah, this is all in German. I don't know what it is. So if I can get these kitted up in time, I would like to start the nest and the egg. And again, I'm kind of clumping these as one, even though I shouldn't, because that's a lot of work. Okay, and then these three are kitted up, all new starts. This one is Keeper of the Pins by Brenda Gervais. One of you wonderful people sent this to me, and I'm going to do Threads of Time pin cushion. So I'm going to do this one. It makes me think of Annie the Proper Stitcher because she loves the sewing tomatoes. It was between that one, or I really did like this one as well. Luckily, all of the patterns in here use the same threads. So if you kit one up, you can kind of just keep it kitted and do all of them. So that's really nice. I'm going to be doing this on a 25 count scrap fabric. My mother-in-law gave me like yards and yards. I think 2 yards of white 25 something, not linen. It's not Ada either. I really don't know. It's this. And then she gave me this cream color, probably like 2 yards of it as well. So, and then these are the colors that I pulled for it. So, oops. I just think it's gonna be really pretty. Not that you can see this. There we go. It's got like the olive green, the red. I think it's gonna be really pretty. So that is a start for a 12 by 12. And then my next one, I don't have the chart for either, but it is Valentine Lane by Stitching with the Housewives. I'm going to be doing it on a 14 count black Ada because, I mean, what else would you do a Stitching with the Housewives pattern on? Maybe pink or blue, but that's about it. And these are the colors I pulled. I pull basically from stash unless it's really, really important. So these are the colors that I pulled. I think it's gonna be so pretty and I'm really excited about this one. I'm also telling myself that I'm not gonna be super strict, and if I am you know, within an hour really loving a stitch, and I just don't want to go to the next hour and switch out a project. I want to just keep working on the one I'm working on. I'm gonna let myself do that. 100% my opinion. Cross stitch is a hobby and it's fun and relaxing for me. I'm not gonna turn it into a job. I've done that before with my hobbies and it doesn't go well. So I'm just trying to like give myself a lot of grace. This is also in a project bag that I made myself using hexes. This is inspired by Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. I did not, however, follow her tutorial because she actually quilts and I don't. So this is like faux quilting. I can tell you about it another time. But it fits 4 projects. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And I just realized there's another project in here. This is a Halloween stitch, which I will not be working on, but it's in here. So that's funny. Okay, last one, and then you guys are rid of me. This is called, let's see if I wrote a, ooh, I didn't. I did not. Oh, this is also from Pinker and Pumpkin. It's called A Vintage Christmas, A Cup of Christmas Cheer Santa Mug. So yeah, don't have a picture of it. I only print out, this is the cover page and then this is the, but it's a Santa mug and it's adorable. And I cannot wait to start this one as well. I thought I would be done with like stitching Christmas and I'm just so not at all. I like still want to stitch on Christmas quite a bit. Hers calls for, she normally does 14 count. So, oh yeah, 14 count or 28 count even weave. This is a 28 count. Not sure. This was given to me by one of you lovely people. So this is a 28 count. I think it's called like beach glass or sea glass, I think is what it's called, possibly. It is a, that's pretty close to the color, to be honest. How it's showing up, it's like a light green. And then these are the colors that I pulled. Another video for another time, I will show you, I will talk about my floss drops that I have truly invested in. They were not cheap, but it has changed my life forever. So bought a bunch of these. So basically they are bobbins that then turn into floss drops. So kitting up a project just takes no time. It's truly wonderful. So anyways, I gotta put these on the ring, but this is kind of the color scheme I'm going for. And then I've got some pinks. So your Christmas colors and then some pinks on this fabric. I think it's gonna look really nice. And that is it, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I see I've had about like 2 to 3 to 4 people on here, which is wonderful. I honestly didn't think I'd have any be watching live, so thank you so much, and I hope to finally figure out situations so I can get my technology working and give you a real legit video soon. Okay, bye.